Quiet on set. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Let's Poddy podcast with your host, Benji Weatherly. It's the podcast where you learn absolutely nothing.
Right, here we go. We're doing a recap of season of Let's Poddy. And we're going to go over a list of everyone. And this is Annie Graziano.
Hello, finally.
She's the girl behind the girl and the guy, and she runs the show. She's the producer and director and everything. So it's finally good to see your face in front of the camera. Our first podcast, we actually did a little, so just so you know, in the very beginning, I was trying to pull this off. I was trying to record them. So the first one, we actually had to use Jim Limburg, Bob Hurley, and Donovan Frankenreiter, 3 different podcasts that I recorded. And I did it so badly that we could only just get a little bits of each one. So it didn't come out incredibly well like they are now. But that's why I'm a work in progress. And that's been my nickname since I was a little kid. And the second one was Mike D from the Beastie Boys with Shelby Mead, which is my homegirl for life. And that was a cool chat. Went up to Mike's house in Malibu, and we had a fun little talk about how cool it was being one of the Beasties. And Justin J was the third one. And that was one I recorded in New York with a GoPro, and it's really ghetto. And so just get through it. Good conversation with a great photographer, a good friend. And then Taylor Steele was also a GoPro shot, and that was filmed at my house on the North Shore. I just wanted to kind of get the ball going, and so those ones are pretty hard to watch probably, and even to listen to. Probably all of them are. And then Scott Eastwood. Scott Eastwood was filming a movie, so he couldn't do visuals, so we just did it at a cool little spot, and just cool to talk to somebody that does that side of the world, which is acting and just talking about that kind of stuff. And that was a good little chat. I'm kind of burning through them because we have so many. Drayden Van Dyke, my jockey friend, he's a professional jockey, and he lives up here in LA. Cool dude. And this one is one of Annie's really, really good friends, actually an ex-employee.
Yeah, so I used to work for a company called Energy Muse. They're a big crystal retailer. Benji and I are both wearing their stuff
That's
right
true.
now.
Not to be weird, but I don't ever take it off.
So we had Heather Askinosi on the podcast. Shout out Heather. And she did a cool little crystal reading on Benji. It came out super awesome.
Yeah, she said it was going to be super successful, so I believed every word. And then I lost my restaurant, and I tried to get her phone number to call her and tell her, what the hell, man? I thought I was going to be successful.
Remember, she said you were going to go through a tough time first,
she did.
and then you were going to be super successful. So it's all coming together.
Wow, I feel like I'm on The View now. I do, because I'm about to tell you that I believe what she said is exactly what's happening, because I pick myself every day like, I gotta dust myself off because I'm going to be successful, right? And I got my crystals on, and to be honest, it's working. So I'm a Justin Belieber now. So, and then that was an awesome one too. We're gonna bring her back after I become successful after this next venture. We'll bring her back on, and I'll give her a big hug, and we'll cry and light a candle.
We'll just have Heather on once a season to do a new reading for you.
Exactly. Oh my God, this one was really cool. This is when you were just coming in on board, and the production level was just much better. You can see all of my gross face wrinkles and stuff now. But Perry Farrell, just living legend, told us the coolest story about how he's actually from Manhattan in New York, and then decided he wanted to surf, so he moved to Oceanside. Really cool chat, hearing about his little story about getting to the West Coast. The next one is, I don't know what episode we're on right now. It's like 8. Kalani Robb, old, tight, like stepbrother vibes. We smoked a huge joint of his weed, which is like marijuana. And I'm just basically like a beanbag sitting there with a smile, and he goes on a tangent. And if you know Kalani Robb, it's a good one.
So that's personally one of my favorites. So if you haven't seen it, I think I did no editing on that one at all. Like there was nothing I cut. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. That's like, I think my favorite.
So we're doing notes today, and I think my note is to smoke as much weed so I don't talk as much. I'll do that. So because Kalani was on fire, and so I'll just have Kalani's weed everywhere. This one was just kind of random. I was in New York, and I went to the wrong studio in Brooklyn, and it was actually in Newark or so. I just went completely out of my way. So I got my friend Stash. He's a graffiti artist in New York, incredible street artist, just a really cool guy. And I went to his studio to just check out what he was up to for we only did like a 30-minute podcast, but if you like graffiti art and stuff like that, he's really cool. And then we brought in Chris Shiflett, which is kind of someone I've known from surfing for the past 2 decades, and he's embarking on becoming a country music star. And we got him right at the beginning of his tour, and just a down to earth, normal human being for standing in front of millions and screaming and playing guitars and shit. Mm-hmm. Pretty nuts. Super rad. Opposite of a rock star. He's like, how about just homie star? And then this one is really cool, and it was cool because without Annie, I would completely forget that women exist. Like, it's just so uncomfortable because I love women so much that I don't think about them. It makes zero sense. But we brought Coco Ho in, and that's my favorite one, just because I've known her since she was so little, and all I'm doing is heckling her the whole time, and she's laughing, and she's dishing it back too. Yeah, and she was comfortable. You can just see it wasn't like her normal interviews where she's kind of trying to be serious. We were just laughing our ass off. I love that one. And then I got to interview her hubby. They're not married, but they will be. Mark McMorris. He has his own burger from McDonald's in Canada. That's like his claim to fame. He's good at snowboarding too. Is it a Subway sandwich? It could have been. At this point, it's Subway. And then that was an awesome chat. I've known him since he was 17, and he's he's a better human than he is snowboarder, which is incredible because his snowboarding there's not many people even close to him. Taylor Steele, number 2. We did it in his Salento factory. And we set up there. That's going to be our second studio. This would be the first, and that would be our second, I would call that. Unofficial Let's Poddy home for season 2. Yeah, and this one has the best weed on planet Earth. And that one down there is at a tequila place. So this is Let's Poddy North. That's Let's Poddy South. That's true. And then down there, it's more close to Tijuana, so it has tequila. And up here, we're closer to the Northern Cal, where the weed is from. So, yeah, we're both great places to feel good and try to talk to people and make them uncomfortable. And then we had our artist buddy from New York. He's from Jersey, and he's one of Taylor Steele's best friends. And just him and his wife Meg are the coolest people on earth. And his art is, he has his own genre. It's like graffiti, but then you see faces in it. And I just went to the sushi restaurant 2 nights ago that he did the whole restaurant, and I took pictures of each one, and it's like its own art on each wall. Todd DeCurcio. She's Italian, so she got that one. When you read it as a white piece of crap like me, I'm just like DeCurcio. So she nailed it. And then the last episode of season 1 was Rick DeVoe, and Rick DeVoe, if you don't know, was Blink 182's manager. He was actually Blink's manager before it was 182. He has known me and Tom since we were 19, 18, and our stories start at the same time because I met Tom 2 years before he met Rick. And he walked into Rick's office. He's like, I want you to manage me. And it's the whole story of traveling in the first years of Blink and then changing it to 182. And Rick's known me forever. So that was a really, really cool way to end the season 1. And we have two more seasons and I'll have like Julia Roberts and like all these famous people on here. I'll have like Oprah. And so we're getting really far down ahead of ourselves. So yeah, we're thinking about maybe starting a kind of a View is what we're going to do here. I think it's really great to just have like a panel of like different people out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the beginning of something that's going to be tolerable. So, but yeah, I'm going to keep bringing in human beings that impress me, and they make me either horny or happy or sad, or I'm going to bring in all the different emotions of life and just keep going, and then see one of these will click with you and you'll be like, oh my God, I totally get it. And that's why it's Donovan in the beginning of my opening song it's about absolutely nothing. You're going to learn absolutely nothing. And couldn't be more to the point. It's supposed to be about just nothing. It's supposed to be about just 2 human beings that are the same as everyone else on this planet, just trying to get by, that's, making themselves laugh at how hard life really is. Because life is, some of the people I got in here are the richest people and they're so successful, but they're dealing with the same things that and a guy at In-N-Out Burger in the line is dealing with right now. So I don't know. We'll get deeper into that. I think Heather's got to come back. I think we should bring in a lot more women vibe. So
I agree with that. I think it's time.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to say on the behalf of women? She's an MMA fighter, so she'll kick the living jerk. Just anyone that comes near the podcast that gets beat up, and she does it. I just watch.
I used to be.
She quit.
I wouldn't bet that I could win a fight at this point, but that's after a lot of hours of sitting in a chair and editing. It kind of like cancels out. But I don't know. What do you like want to try to do better? Like, what are the goals for next season?
I think smoke less weed.
I think smoke more weed.
Okay, or more. See, that's where I'm at. I see the notes. We were going to go over our notes later. I'm learning that I can't listen to him. I hate hearing my voice. I always have. But then every once in a while, I'll get going, and I'll be in my car, and I'll put one on, and then I'll like it, and then I'll see what I'm doing wrong, and I'll be like, oh, God, I hate that. I hate that. So my whole thing is I'm going to listen way more, not say any words that I don't need to be saying, and just kind of try to get better at speaking. That's all. I mean, that's all it is, right? In life is the people that you admire, the people that say the least, pretty much. So it's hard being a comedian, it's hard to being, kind of outgoing and nervous all the time and talking over people and stuff and not being myself. So I'm trying to find a medium, because I don't want it to be boring. I still want to make people laugh,
Yeah.
I got a cat that just carved my nose up 2 nights ago. So don't play with cats.
No. Dog people.
That's season 2. Do not play with kitties. And this one was so happy. It was playing, and I was like, you're so funny. And then all of a sudden, his whole face was on mine, biting my nose. And I'm like, does anyone see this? It was like one of those funny movies like Sandler. It thing got me good, man. It got me real good. Everyone's like, what happened to your nose? I'm like, pussy cats.
Now, season 2 will have a different dog every episode.
I know. It seems like dogs like to come in our little thing somewhere else, too.
Just, we had Clover, who's the office dog, and then we did have another dog.
Yeah, we might just have. Well, my name is Benji Mutt. So.
That makes sense.
But,
my dog come in.
I know. Who? I guess if you're screw around and you actually like the show or whatever, go on YouTube and comment about who you'd like to see. We're gonna do. Mm-hmm. I'm always action sports heavy. I'm doing Tony Hawk soon. I'm gonna do like other pro skaters down there like Danny Way, and probably go into a lot more snow and then surfers. I mean, Griff is on our radar. I'm gonna do Griff for sure. Yeah, I'm probably do both of them. They're really funny together. Crosby and Griff together are pretty funny.
Yeah. You need to get another mic.
Yeah, I do have another mic. See, she doesn't even know. She doesn't know how my production level is so high. You don't even know. It doesn't have a stand though. It's like this little like
so
tripod.
We gotta get a stand. But so Benji does the mics. That's his job. And and talking.
Yeah, but
and then we still
it falls apart.
this one is still a little janky.
I don't even twist them all the way in anymore because I'm like, why? It's just longer to twist them off.
No, and then of course there was the one time that Benji forgot to press the only button that he's supposed to press.
That was maybe the worst moment of this whole experience. It was right here too, and I can't remember who it was. It was
Drayden.
Drayden. Oh my God, the worst ever. And there's a button right there. And right when I looked down, I looked up at her and she goes, "You didn't push it, huh?" And I went, "I didn't push it." And it was like an hour and a half podcast. So all of them. I mean, we had another one where I did it and it was popping with my friend Justin Haidt. That's another person. We had Justin Haidt on the podcast from season 1 that I didn't write down. Mm-hmm. Jesus Jones. He was one of my best friends as a pro surfer, his older brother that was creative and he had a really crazy life story about just beating cancer. And just all around good family guy. And he created Rain sunglasses. Just did a most incredible story if you want to listen to that one. That was definitely one of the highlights of it. Like I think Perry and him, and I love the Rick DeVos one. There's a lot of good ones, but that Justin one is really, really cool. And check that one out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this season, let's see what we can do. Hopefully we get lucky, and they start getting entertaining. So.
Well, I think they're already entertaining. Just gotta.
There's a lot of time out there to do nothing, so you might as well listen to podcasts. It's the way it gets me to work out. If I go on a run and I don't have a podcast, I don't run. I walk. I'm like, I don't like this. So it's my running stuff, and then hopefully it'll be your running stuff. So yeah, that's it. Season 1 in the bag. Season 2 coming in hot. Our first guest of season 2, can we divulge? We'll just have to see. It's already in the bag, but. If it's not good, we'll just clip it like we always do.
We're deciding if we want to go strong and do 2 before the end of the year or
4.
save 1 for the next year.
Yeah, I'll try to get this thing unlocked to where it's like once a week for sure. But until now, it's once every 2 weeks is what we're trying to do. So just we're like the Surfer's Journal.
Benji's also trying to open a restaurant right now.
Yeah, not trying.
Hello. Sorry, he is opening a restaurant.
Yeah, in Encinitas. So stay tuned if you guys like Hawaiian food and live music and fried rice with eggs on it.
I went to the original in Haleiwa before it closed, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
like the best. What was the like lilikoi puff pastries?
Oh yeah,
that was like the greatest thing I've ever.
Yeah, we're coming in hot, so you guys check it out. It'll be out in summer 2023. Can't believe that's real.
Soon.
That's soon.
That's really soon.
Yeah, so stay tuned for all that, and hope you guys have a good Christmas. Bye.
That's Poddy.